Hello people of the internet. So I'm going to do another deck profile today. This one's going to be the Electrum OTK. It's a very simple OTK deck. I think it's relatively cheap. I mean, most of the pieces are pretty affordable. It's pretty damn consistent. It's just sometimes it's very luck based on what you draw and what your opponent might have to stop the OTK. But other than that, it's a very interesting deck. So I'm gonna get started. So I start with 2 card guardies. Essentially draw power. And that's all they're really there for. Triple Neos Aliases. This card is like the best card in Heroes aside from Stratos, but poor Stratos, it's banned. But Alias is just very good in conjunction with everything because it helps you make your hero fusions. It's also just a beat stick, can run over stuff, crash into stuff, and overall it's just a very good card. You can't fiend shit too, so. Yeah, and then you got your Bulbman, your Claymon, your Burstinatrix, and your Avion. What these guys are for is it's to make Electrum. These are Electrum's materials. Not much I can say about them. You really don't draw into it aside from maybe Bubbleman or Clayman, but Burstinatrix and Avion are pretty bad to draw into, so that's what I mean by luck. Sometimes you might end up drawing to all these vanillas and it's really gonna hurt you in the long run. As for spells, I played the Rhoda and the triple E-Call. Originally, I was just playing 2 E-Calls before Stratos was banned, so this should be a Stratos, but it's not anymore. Sad face. You got your triple fusion gates. Pretty much one of the 2 pieces you need for the OTK, and I'm playing 2 terraformings just to sort them out. I'll do I guess a demo on how the OTK runs after I do the deck profile. Triple Pot of Duality. It's just to collect your pieces together. It never slows down OTK because the OTK does rely on a trap card. So you can Pot of Duality into the trap and set it, and then you go off next turn. So it never slows you down. Playing 1 Super Poly and double Gemini Sparks. They work in conjunction with the Neos Aliases, and they also the chain ability of them, it just allows you to escape Veilers and Fiendish Chains if you need to, because if you summon Electrum and they've tried Veiler you can just chain one of these cards, it's targeting your own Electrum, and it'll take it off the field, and Veiler can't resolve, and Electrum's effect will still go through. I got the 1 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon, and 1 D-Fissure. The reason I main D-Fissure was because it's not only is it a very good anti-meta card, it's also very anti-hand traps. And hand traps really hurt this deck because if they max C you and you try to go through a loop, they're going to draw a ton of cards, and if the loop fails in the middle, you're screwed. You might as well scoop. So that stops the hand traps. It's also just stops a bunch of other decks as well. I'm playing triple Chain Material. In case you don't know what this card does, it allows you to fusion from your field. Sorry, I'm blanking. Your field, graveyard, hand, or deck. So you can fuse from anywhere, and that's why. And this is the only other card you need aside from Fusion Gate to go off. Oopsie. Got your staple traps. Just sometimes this is just for stall power, I guess. Same goes with double Mirror Force and 1 Deep Prison. Just more stall cards. I'm also playing Fiendish Chains. I prefer this over Breakthrough simply because it does 2 things. It does 3 things actually. It stops attacks, stops effects. That's the first thing. The second thing is that it also it stays on the field, meaning that it will as long as it's on the field, it will stop stuff like Ophion's continuous effects, which really hurts the deck because Electrum is a level 10 monster. And also Christia, Fossil Dino, that kind of stuff, and it also wastes your opponent's MSTs. If they really want to get rid of it, they'll waste MST, and that's one less thing that can stop the OTK, because if they MS your fusion gate and you don't have another one, the OTK like just ends right there. And the last card I'm playing is Macrocosmos. Same reasons as D-Fissure. They're both at 1 now, so sad face. I'm gonna go through the extra deck as well. So we got your Gustav Max. This is basically OTK enabler, because you summon it, you burn, and then you put it back in extra deck, and then you keep going until they're out of life points. Playing triple Electrum. These level 10s. This is what you use to make Gustav Max. Their effect is that when they're summoned, when they're fusion summoned, they return all banished monsters back to the deck. So since you're using chain material and fusion gate, all the materials are going to get banished. So you just, once you summon it, the materials go right back, and you can summon him again. So that's the basis of the loop. You're also going to need triple shining, because well, you'll see why I need triple shinings later. You also need to have the one Gaia. It's recommended that you play at least one Absolute Zero, because you are running one Super Poly. I just play 2, it's just personal preference. We got Nova Master, your Great Tornado, and your this thing I can't pronounce. They're mainly just there for Super Polys. And if you're counting, you'll probably realize that this is only 13 cards in the extra deck, and that is because you need to have all these have this 13, but the last 2 is just, you could put really anything you want. So I'm just gonna leave that up to you for personal preferences, I guess. So I'm gonna just go through a quick demo of how the loop works. So what you need is this card and this card. You really just need these cards. Hang on a second, let me just get the other pieces out too. You also need the 4 vanillas anywhere. It doesn't really matter where they are, so they're just hovering in limbo, just pretending in limbo. So what you want to do is, you have the set, you have the chain material set, and you play it, and you also play, the fusion gate. Now this allows you to pretty much, let's go grave, fuse using these materials, right? They get removed. Let's pretend they get removed. Oh, okay. Well, this is your main deck. Try to find room for it. Okay. So once you summon the first Electrum, right? And what happens is this effect triggers these 4 guys, but put it back in the deck. And you go ahead and summon another one, and then the same thing happens. This goes back, and you overlay for the Gustav Max. Now you burn. That's the graveyard too, in case you can't see. You burn, right? And then what you want to do is fuse for Gaia using this material and this one. And this material is the grave. Where's the Gaia? Gaia, come back. Where are you? Okay, Gaia. And then you fuse using this Gaia and this Electrum in your grave, for a shining. Now at this point, you've done to that QK, right? So this is when you summon your 3rd Electrum. And you summon, doing that, and then everything goes back, including this stuff. And then you fuse with these 2 for another shining. And at this point, you're pretty set to go. You summon another Electrum, and then this goes back. And then you just repeat and rinse until you summon enough Gustav Maxes to burn them for game. So that is the deck profile, guys. Hope that was interesting, helpful, whatever. And subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. Alright, peace.